All right, awesome. Please welcome the Western Michigan University Bronco Drumline.
I wanted to have a chance to kind of talk about what we did and about some of our staff. So that was our pregame intro. We play that and we start by standing in the end zone and we march it all the way out. Oh, there we go. So we usually play our pregame intro starting in the end zone, and then we march it all the way out, and then we kind of start pregame by doing a cadence right after that. And so we'll play that at every single home game. There's a lot of energy, obviously, and it kind of gets that crowd going, knowing that the game's about to start. So that's pregame intro. We're about to go through some of our exercises, as well as some of our cadences. I just want to kind of point the attention to that diamond. We call that the pregame intro diamond. And then we go into our arcs here to go into our exercise form. Gives us a good listening environment. My name's Colin Vizard. I was here with the Portage Northern Drumline, but I'm also here with Western. With me today, we have Gordy Sherman, bass drum tech, and Lyndon Whaling, our cymbal tech. So they've been, this is both y'all's second year, right? Is that right? And this is my fourth, fifth year, something like that, around here too. And it's been a joy to be here. We have currently 30 members in our current drumline, and we also have an alternate program that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. But first thing we're going to do next is do our exercise sequence. So how we looking, y'all? Pretty close. All right, here we go. We're going to do our exercises.
day you might only get 10 minutes to perform or to warm up before you have to go with the band. We rehearse every day of the week, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. to 5:40, every single day. So sometimes you only get 10 minutes to warm up, sometimes you get 40 minutes. But to ensure that we've kind of gotten our hands warm and have played together, that's something that we try to do each day. Even if it's not necessarily together, that's something that they know that they can hit in order to be prepared. Some things I want to talk about, just really quick. We have an alternate program at Western Michigan University Drumline, and this year we started the year, I just want to make sure I say these numbers. We started the year with 13 alternates, which is already crazy. That means all of these students made the line, and then there were 13 additional students who had the ability to be on this drum line, but we just didn't have a space. So we took every single one of those students, and then now I think we're down to 5, which means that alternate program has been paying dividends in that when students have to leave for one reason or another, let's say they get sick or they can't do the season for a class conflict reason or something like that, we rely on those alternates to be there to play with us every single day and then take in that spot whenever needed. So if you're ever thinking about auditioning for Western and you're like, man, maybe that's a caliber in some ways that maybe I'm afraid I can't make it, that's not something that should sway you at all. I think it should be the opposite. It's like, I want to do that, so I'm going to go for it, right? And then we'll make sure that we find a place somewhere in this line or the alternate program to ensure you have an opportunity to still learn with this drum line, even if you're not necessarily playing every single note out here. Okay, so keep that in mind if you're thinking about auditioning. We had 60 people audition this last year, and everybody who wanted a spot, alternate programmer on the line got it. So that's a really cool place to be. One really quick thing I want to note also is a drop 16 that we implemented in that last variation. The faster the tempos get, or if you end in a different position than just straight up here, we like to have a little bit more time in between reps to give them a chance to mentally reset and physically reset. Okay, so now let's get on to some of the things that we play on our march down to the field. So after we do our pregame performance or our pregame show, we march down to the field and we play some cadences. So we're going to play 2 cadences for you today. The first one is called Street Beat. At Western Michigan University, we don't only house students from Western Michigan University, but we also have students from K College and from Kalamazoo Valley Community College. Okay, so can you raise your hand first if you're at KVCC, Kalamazoo Valley Community College? Is there any? All right, okay, cool. So just these two, and then how about K College? Do you have anybody from K College this year? Okay, so you might be the first. You know, next year you could be the first one. So if you go to K College or you go to KVCC, since they don't have much in their programs there, we're able to guest enroll those students in the Western Michigan University drumline. So if you're like, oh man, like I really wanted to do something, but the school I'm going to doesn't have it. If it just so happens that you're one of those schools, we can help you. So definitely reach out if you're interested in something like that. So this is our second cadence. This is Valadoo. Valadoo. Here we go. play a couple of tunes for y'all that are more of our stance tunes, but are some of our well-known stance tunes. One of the main things that you probably noticed in GVSU and from our drum line is that there's a little bit more audience participation. You're kind of trying to get everybody involved. And sometimes you have to be really aggressive with your movements to make the audience understand that they're supposed to be doing it too. And in this example, we're going to be playing Pony. And this one just has enough of like I don't know, an electric feeling to it that you almost feel like you have to move kind of like a horse, like a bronco, if you will. So we play Pony to try to get everybody in the stance to kind of like look over it. Like, oh, okay, maybe that's what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Okay, so this is Pony. This one is actually named tag. A lot of the members of the band will try to tag each other during this. You just go first.